Good evening. On behalf of Fundación de la Villa de Santo Domingo, I want to welcome you to this special night where we are celebrating the holiday season with one of our concerts from our virtual concert series, El Mundo en Casa.
Bienvenidos a Navidad en la Villa, un concierto para toda la familia en vivo desde Chicago. Gracias al Banco Popular podemos disfrutar de esta noche maravillosa que hemos planeado como regalo para la familia dominicana y para todas las familias del mundo que se unen hoy para celebrar el espíritu de la Navidad en la seguridad de sus hogares.
Tonight we have a special group coming from Chicago for you. They are called Axiom Brass and they'll be performing an evening of holiday favorites.
Axiom Brass nos acompaña en vivo desde Chicago y nos deleitará con música navideña y villancicos dominicanos. Busquen sus sonajas, sus tambores, afinen sus voces, porque vamos a prepararnos para cantar canciones hacia Belén, pastores a Belén y mi burrito sabanero para terminar el concierto. Y ya es hora de comenzar, así es que nos vamos a Chicago con Axiom Brass. ¡Feliz Navidad!
Merry Christmas!
Hello, and welcome to Navidad en la Villa, presented as part of El Mundo en Casa, un regalo musical by the Fundación de la Villa de Santo Domingo, and sponsored by Banco Popular. We truly wish we were in the Colonial Zone in Santo Domingo performing live for you, but the world is a little different right now, so instead, we'll perform for you in your own living rooms, from Chicago, Illinois, in the United States of America, directly to all of your homes. We hope you are ready to go on this musical journey with us as we perform for you some of the most popular Christmas carols from around the world. And most importantly, as we bring to you many popular villancicos that were arranged especially for tonight's concert by our dear friend and artistic director of the Conciertos de la Villa de Santo Domingo, Maestro John Dodson. The very first medley you heard was one of Maestro Dodson's special renditions for tonight. You heard Joy to the World, O Come All You Faithful, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, and Angels We Have Heard on High. Next, we visit England through the eyes of Australian-American composer Percy Grainger. Despite being born in Australia and becoming an American citizen and living in America most of his life, Grainger was a passionate collector of folk songs. He lived in England for many years and was able to collect many English folk songs. Next, we'll perform Grainger's beautiful rendition of the Sussex Murmur Christmas Carol. After the Grainger, you will hear Campana sobre Campana. Notice how Master Dodson's arrangement creates the sound of bells with the brass quintet. Seems appropriate, since all of our instruments have bells as well.
There are so many great traditional Christmas tunes that fully encapsulate the pure joy of the holiday season. But all I have to do is say 9 simple syllables to bring this next song rushing back from your memory banks to your lips. Fa la 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 la. With its lighthearted melody and cheerful lyrics, Deck the Halls is filled with so much glee that it's easy to imagine Santa's elves riding it in the North Pole, singing as they work. One of the older popular Christmas songs, the original Welsh melody, can be tracked back to at least the 16th century. Some of the lyrics have been changed throughout the years to make the song more family-friendly, like replacing a phrase that has to do with drinking an entire barrel of mead, for example. But the iconic syllables dancing off the tongue make this tune instantly recognizable even without the melody. The phrase, "'Tis the season," has even been taken from the song and used throughout the entire month of December to represent the holiday season. This version of Deck the Halls, arranged by our gracious host John Dodson, covers many styles of the tune and demonstrates the versatility of brass instruments from light and playful to full and majestic. So, without further ado, Deck the Halls, arranged by John Dodson.
The 12 Days of Christmas tells the story of the gifts a true love gives to the narrator of the song. This English carol, as we know it today, was set with text in 1909 by Frederick Austin. The setting of this work is just as the composer suggests. It's a fantasy, or his impression of the song in his own voice. The version you hear was composed by Pulitzer Prize-winning American composer John Harbison. Little Fantasy is a movement from a larger work, Christmas Vespers, his only piece for brass quintet. In this version of 12 Days of Christmas, the composer leaves behind the repetitive nature of the original song and showcases his composing skills in different styles, including a fugue, to deliver a fun, clever, and enjoyable piece for brass quintet. We follow this by a standard Catalan Christmas carol entitled Fum Fum Fum. Though the word fum in Catalan means smoke, it's believed that the word is meant to sound percussive, like the beating of a drum or the strumming of a guitar. The song tells of the birth of baby Jesus, focusing on the setting of that night. The mood is livelier than other more peaceful songs that tell of Christmas night. This is captured brilliantly by Maestro Dodson's setting of this song. Throughout, he varies the dynamics and articulations, making the brass instruments sparkle and shine.
One of my favorite things about playing with my colleagues in Axiom Brass is that we cherish the opportunity to play music on the sweeter, softer, and more vocal side. A side you don't often get to hear from brass instruments, who are known for their fanfares and robust and more aggressive sounds. As I hope you will hear in these next few pieces, brass instruments in many ways are very much like the human voice. We breathe just as singers breathe. We can add different types of vibrato or color to our sound to express different emotions. And the dynamic ranges of our instruments can really provide us with a wonderful palette to choose from to express the meaning of a song. This next song is an example of music that we really love to make our own by combining the power and warmth of brass instruments and the vocal, sweet side of this beautiful lullaby. Alla Nanita Nana tells the story of the sweet baby Jesus sleeping. We are asking for a blessing as a spring is gently bubbling and a nightingale singing. Another absolutely wonderful arrangement by the maestro John Dodson. We invite you to sing along from home. Following this wonderful lullaby, we move across the ocean to Deutschland. O Tannenbaum, believe it or not, did not begin its life as a Christmas carol, but as a song speaking purely of a fir tree and the tragic tale of a faithless lover. A few hundred years later, however, the melody was adapted, new verses were added, and eventually it became associated with Christmas. Here is Alla Nanita Nana and O Tannenbaum.
This year has been such a challenging one for so many around the world. But music has a unique and powerful way of bringing us to a special place within our own hearts and minds, and bringing us all together no matter where we are from. The next song we will play for you has been embraced around the globe since it was born about 200 years ago. Noche de Paz, Silent Night, a song with its origins in a tragedy all its own. A church organ in Austria was destroyed by flooding right before Christmas Eve, and this song was written with a guitar accompaniment for the special Christmas Eve Mass. Composed to bring people together and celebrate the birth of Jesus in a difficult time, it has truly stood the test of time and is one of our world's most beloved Christmas songs. My colleague Michael told us about a Christmas concert he performed a few years ago that told the story of the famous Christmas truce of World War I. Legend has it that a German officer who moonlighted as an occasional member of the Berlin Opera initiated the truce between the two sides of the trenches by singing Silent Night in both German and English. The soldiers, utterly exhausted by the cold, wet mud of the trenches and the unending despair and death, were overcome, and tens of thousands participated in a Christmas truce that included exchanging gifts, food, and conversation. It's truly a gift to us to be able to share this music with all of you here today.
Next, we are excited to share with you a special arrangement of O Holy Night that has been a favorite of Axiom Brass's for many years. This arrangement is in the style of music that would be heard in New Orleans funerals. New Orleans, the birthplace of jazz, is in the deep south of the United States, an epicenter for styles from Dixieland to funk. The city is renowned for their street performances and has been an important center of creativity in the development of jazz and American culture. The city boasts being the home of musical legends such as Louis Armstrong and Jelly Roll Morton, among others. The New Orleans Jazz Funeral is a procession of musicians, family, and friends marching from the site of a funeral to a cemetery to the beat of a brass band. The music for these soulful celebrations of life are often improvisatory, typically featuring tunes such as When the Saints Go Marching In or Just a Closer Walk with Thee. Something that we love about playing this style of music is that each time we play this piece, it comes out a bit differently. No two renditions will ever be identical in this style, with the bluesy notes from the trumpets and the smeary sounds of the trombone slide. We really enjoy the unique spin this style adds to O Holy Night and invite you to sit back and relax as you listen to this beautiful song in the style of New Orleans.
Before we perform our last selection of Villancicos, I want to thank you at home for sharing this special time with us. 2020 has been a historical year for all of us around the globe. And yet, in the midst of all that uncertainty, we humans have continued to be creative. We have discovered new ways to be present, even when we are apart. We have found new ways to share, to discover, to learn, and to celebrate. So thank you. And thank you, Yolanda Boraz and John Dodson, for the incredible work that you do with the Fundación de la Villa de Santo Domingo. And thank you, Banco Popular, for your generous support to make this possible. None of this would happen without your vision, hard work, and most of all, your kindness. I also want to thank all of you for giving us the opportunity to learn so many Latin carols. I know for many of you, those are the songs that you grew up singing during the holidays. But just imagine that for us, this is the first time that we performed these carols. And we fell in love with them from the get-go. So to conclude our concert, we will perform for you 3 more villancicos: Hacia Belén, Pastores a Belén, and Burrito Sabanero. All of them specially arranged by our dear John Dodson. I truly enjoy the warmth that John captured for Hacia Belén and the gentleness of Pastores a Belén. But I must admit that it is the groove and spice of Burrito Sabanero that makes me feel in the mood for a tropical Christmas. We hope to see you in person in 2021. And here is to a Merry, Merry Christmas and a fantastic New Year. Feliz Navidad.